Hello there, welcome along to Talkin Thru Your Kick after a marathon campaign that was the Melbourne Spring Racing Carnival over the last 7 days. Untold amounts of money has, well, it's actually more than 7 days, 9 days, has been wagered, and most of it has ended up in the bookmakers' pockets. I'm Russell Barwick. Joining me, one of the bookmakers who I just spoke about, who'd be lining his pockets again, Neil Evans.
How are you?
How big was it?
Bookmakers did okay, but in amongst the...
Monumental big?
No, not
historical
monumental.
big?
Not monumental big. Because
world-class big?
Not at all, because in amongst all the traffic going the bookmakers' way, just occasionally the punters found a very good move. They found it in Launay was a beauty in the last, where they pared it back a long way there, but it was tough.
So you're telling me
what do you want me to say, Russ?
The last race on the last day of a 5,000 race week is the only one you paid out?
No, just an example.
Tokugawa, the place was a disaster for them.
Brenny boy, how are you?
Not too bad, Russ. Good evening, everyone. But
weary?
Very weary. A couple of weeks in Melbourne. Happy to be back in Sydney, but certainly feeling the pinch, and we'll be spending a lot of time sleeping this week.
Now, on track, how'd you go?
Okay, a little bit down for the week, but would have been outstanding if Dystopia won, but not too...
Well, I heard very good mail in the off-track department. In terms of the crew, 3 votes Brent Zarafa, 2 votes the old-timer Neil Evans,
4,
and 1 vote shared between the 2 battlers on the wing on either side.
We were very focused on work though, Russ.
Mate, I just
money made? This is money made stakes.
This is off-field entertainment.
Oh, right. It gets back to that word when you said untold. I was wondering where you're going there.
Nicholas, how'd you go?
I think it can be summed up by the fact that as I walked out of Flemington on Saturday, a prominent bookmaker called his wife over and with a very serious face said, "Darling, Paris or Hawaii." And I think that sums it up. It was very tough for the punters.
It would have been Hawaii.
Well, most of the blokes who've... by the way, today is the worst day of the week because it's settling day, so if you're trying to ring me, just don't bother.
But they're on again soon.
So individually, before we get into Rap or Slap...
Individually?
The 7 days, I finished a nose in front because I jagged 10% of the Melbourne Cup trifecta. Don't ask me.
And you're capable of doing that, Russ.
Field was the only way I got it. Individually, how'd you feel?
Oh, down. Had to be down. Derby day, okay. Cup day, terrible. Around the mark, couldn't get one home. Had a good Oaks day with Arenosa and Dear Demi, which, Dear Demi, what might have been, but she got the prize on the big one. And very ordinary again, Stakes Day. So not real flash, boys.
Yeah, I kicked off the carnival okay on Saturday. Lunar Eyes was...
You backed the first winner on the first day.
Something.
Do you remember
and then it sort of started to slide down there. Dystopia was a bad result Thursday, and then I didn't play too much. I was looking for a couple of roughies there on Saturday. Sartorius was good. Wall Street, if it won, would have been blast off.
But, don't need to go down there, Nicholas. You've already informed us where you'll...
I can blame one horse too, or one race, the Oaks. If the Oaks result goes a different way
the better
around,
the spring.
Yeah, well
I tried to tell you.
Better the spring. I followed you.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you I won.
Mate, and by the way, I forgot to tell you that you wrapped in Blanc the trifecta in that, paid $18.40.
Mate, I had a fortune on it too. In order.
Rap or slap time, and I'm going to kick it off. We could just sit here and rap everyone. I'm going to slap the RVL stewards. Now, fair bit of controversy happened over the 7 days. We've had incidents of tubing, of alleged injections on horses pre-race. There's obviously a big cloud over Damien Oliver, but he was allowed to ride. Yet they still spend every afternoon whacking a $200 or $400 fine for jockeys who might want to wave for the camera. I just think in this particular situation, priorities might have been a bit flip side. The fact is that the Damien Oliver thing has dragged on for so long, and if it is true that there is a plea bargain done, that is a real bad look for this particular sport.
So eggshells with sledgehammers again from the stewards?
Well, I just think what's good for Peter doesn't happen to be good for Paul, because Paul's better off and a bit more high profile. But anyway, I could be wrong. You'll go.
Well, I was going to I was going to slap the track on Cup Day, but geez, you blokes were taking shots at me, taking swings at me. So, off the back of what you said, Russ, I'm just going to do a general wrap to the Melbourne Cup as an event. I'm a little bit protective about the Oliver story because all this business about, oh, look, if he's admitted to this, out you go. What about the fact that millions of dollars are already on certain horses because Oliver's engaged? I just don't think it's that easy. I just do not think it's that easy that all the do-gooders run around and say, oh, Oliver, out you go the gate. But as an event, I thought it was a fabulous week. The entertainment, the whole works. It's one of the great racing events on the planet.
We'll have a chat about that in a second, but you give your Rapple Slap first.
Yeah, I'm going to give my rap to the trainers of Sertorius. They've done a fantastic job with this horse, bringing it along from a midweek race at Ararat to winning on Cup Week. It's won 5 in a row this preparation.
Yeah.
Certainly done a fantastic job.
Been good to you, hasn't it?
It has been.
Rapple Slap, Quinny.
I don't like giving Brent credit, but you did find him after that win at Ararat as well and steered everyone into him. So, yeah, well done, Brenny boy. That's how badly I'm going. I've got to praise
Do you owe
him.
him money?
You're rapping.
I'm rapping Ollie because
Again?
I'm rapping him again because with everything that's gone on, and you've just touched on both sides of the argument, he's come out in another 20 out of 10 ride in the final Group 1 race of the season aboard Happy Trails and just reminded us why he's the best in the business.
And I've got no doubt about, and I was a flip side to giving him a rap because we're going to talk about our MVPs of the carnival and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
But my issue is I'm not a racing journalist, I had information last Saturday that the situation that was reported in the Age was 100% correct. Now, if I had it, a lot of other people had had it, how long had it been established? And that's my only... You're talking about the ride on Americane. That only came about because of a certain circumstance elsewide. That was with other jockeys being sacked. I'm just saying if we all knew about it, and if it happened a week ago, then that's poor form.
So you're saying that forget about Oliver or anyone. He should if it was established and the plea discussion happened, he should have gone out. Should have gone out.
Toowoomba jockey, he'd have got run out of town so quickly it wouldn't have been funny. And you guys have got to agree with me on that.
Yeah, I sort of don't really know where to comment on this one. I think it's a very dicey issue.
Yeah, it will come out over the next couple of weeks.
But you've got connections and millions of dollars of money already through. I mean, is it that simple?
The allegation is he had a bet on another horse and the horse won.
He'll do as well. If it's proven, he'll do his time.
But let's have a look at the final Group 1 and that man Damien Oliver. And don't get me wrong, he was sensational across the carnival. I didn't. If I was a jockey and I got the green card to ride, I'd ride like a man possessed. And he did. Take us through this one, boys.
I thought he was more ruthless this carnival than ever, boys. Oliver, I think he rebounded. Typical Emirates Stakes, charge of the Light Brigade, Brent.
Yeah, certainly was. Happy Trails, you can see they're very tough. Secret Admirer ranged up to win.
How far?
Secret.
Mate,
I don't know.
Saw the winning post?
Oh, she just seems to lack that killer punch. Faulkner was good, big step up to Group 1 company for the first time. Yosei, she always runs a good race, and there's Wall Street there.
In the
Geez, I
purple?
was cheering it home, but...
Gee, she's tough, Secret Admirer.
She made a long, sustained run. Faulkner hardly ran around a horse. It was a brilliant ride, Nick Hall. And,
Yeah, it was a good ride.
But through the middle...
But one's drawn 5, the other's drawn 20.
Yeah,
Or
I
what's it,
agree.
well,
For me, this race proved the fact that some horses aren't at weight for age company yet, including Fat Owl, Ambidexter. They're both heavily backed. I know they went very well in the Epsom, but they carried 52 on that occasion. Now they come up to weight for age level, and they just aren't at that stage of their careers yet. You look at the horses. Especially the first two across the line. Faulkner's made a big leap. Even their Wall Street Yosei, they've all been performers at genuine Group 1 level, tough weight for age races.
Ambidexter was
Horses
playing,
coming down the middle of the track, up on the inside, played very fair. I think
on Stakes Day,
on Stakes Day, you've still got a problem.
No risk. Played
problem.
good.
Plenty of people had their say, and we threw it out there to our Punters Paradise Forum and also on the Twitter account. Happy Trails, this is from Sam at Grand Syndicates. An $11,000 purchase wins the Group 1 Emirates. More proof you don't need to spend a fortune, and actually Paul Bashara said cost us 11 grand, we just won $1 million race.
And that's the best thing about racing. You can go to your sales and it doesn't matter how much you've got in your pocket. Everyone gets their window of opportunity to hopefully buy a champion. And, you know, another $11,000 horse. It's just unbelievable that an $11,000 horse can beat all the blue bloods, but that's exactly what happened.
I had to put this tweet in me because it had something to do. It's a good thing Tommy hasn't got a history of missing rides, or Gay Waterhouse might have said, that's the last strawberry.
That was Big Brendan.
Big Brendan Cormick.
Big Brendan, yep.
The big sleeper.
What a bad one.
From a punting perspective, a lot of action on the Emirates, or quite?
No, it was good. It was good. That type of race, you're never going to get the massive bet, but they tried a number of horses in 4 figures, and Ambidexter was a good go, very plain, but the hold right through the day was pretty strong.
Happy Trails was one of the of only 4 horses over the 37 races of the Flemington Carnival to firm from their opening call and win.
Yeah, $16 into 13.
Yeah.
Well, we bet 19.
Which is a reasonable go, I think, at this stage of the...
Certainly is.
Silly price, probably, when you think about where it's come from, Happy Trails.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, even Secret Admirer, $4 something a place, that was reasonable value.
Yeah, it was out there at about 16 or something.
Yeah, you just had to be some concern whether that Caulfield Cup run may have taken a bit out of her.
We talk about things that you miss as a punter and benefit of hindsight. That's what this show is all about. How did we miss, you called it mental, getting up there in the inside in the Manikato, and we thought, okay, see Siren second up, mental second up. Well, they cleared away in this particular Patnack farm, Brenny boy.
Yeah, well, I think that just proved the Manikato Stakes form was the right form. See Siren, I think she was just a little bit vulnerable up the straight. She didn't ping like she does around a bend, and I think she's ridden better when she's sort of got sight of something to chase, but there she just wanted to go a little bit keen. Beautiful ride by Karen McAvoy on the back of C Siren. He pulled out and was too strong. Hallowell Bell was strong late.
Yep. Schnitzerland's a tough little...
Schnitzerland was tough. Buffering's obviously not going any good. We saw that at the Manikato Stakes.
Pulled up lame,
but he's had enough. He needs a good break.
How strong is this horse the last couple of furlongs, mental, isn't it? What a shame the Sheikh's got hold of it and it's heading overseas.
This horse, his form last preparation was all 1,400, 1,600 metres.
Yep.
It was very good first up at 1,200 and then again there 1,200.
And the run-up Sea Siren now is going to go to Hong Kong. And we've seen the last few years the Australian horses have really gone poorly in Hong Kong. You know, it went from a stage where they were just going over and winning for a while and now having a lean patch. So can she turn it around? Is she good enough to win over there?
Yeah, she is the only horse that will go over there third up. Most of them go over there, at the end of the Emirates or at the end of the Patnack or anything like that. But this is the email that's got a few people talking. Hi, guys. Don't get why Darley are taking mental overseas. He's gelding.
Yep.
I thought the whole point of them taking horses overseas was to improve their breeding credentials of some of their locally bred stock. I remember back when Woodlands was running, they would always have a bunch of older gallopers still running in good races, even though they were 6 years old plus. Sports flavour suits. Your thoughts?
Well, Craig, I think you've hit the nail on the head. They're trying to improve the stock of their locally bred horses, including Lonhro, Mental Sire. He'll go over to Europe and race, and then people will go, oh, who's this horse? He's by Lonhro. Mental, he goes good. Oh, Lonhro might start
But what if he goes ordinary?
Exactly.
Well, you got to have the front of the stumps, don't you? If you're trying to expand your business, Lonhro's in America at the moment. There's all chances he could go to England as well.
Lonhro's had more overseas holidays than I've had in 2000.
Which is saying something.
But
He'd have to get his rating up to Mental, wouldn't he, to get into some of those really top sprint races.
now he's won here, mate. He'll be in all the big races.
The Derby, what was the Derby runner-up Retrieve? Ran a place in the Derby. It's running at Lingfield or somewhere like that.
Our favourite Scarf's going around, whacking around.
Oh, Scarf.
Yeah, this horse is a little bit better quality than those, and he's still a very lightly raced. I think he'll certainly go very well over there.
Okay, and you could say the exact same thing about the most impressive winner on Stakes Day, and according to Glenn Boss, who's not short of giving herself a rap, himself or a horse, because he gave himself 11 out of 10 is
What about
riding.
Love for Ransom? We'll win the 1,000 guineas.
Yeah, Passance de Lune will win
Might
the
be on.
Melbourne Cup in 2013. Did put a gap in them, as you can see.
Well, impressive on the turn. It was challenged by several horses, and it just quickens. And this was a long time since I've seen a jockey sit up and skylark with a crowd.
He was poking his tongue out of 100.
But unbelievable. They're chasing away, but that was the impressive bit.
What would
The
he be worth
sectionals
now?
were unbelievable.
Cost 100,000 euros. You'd probably say he's worth that now,
Well,
wouldn't
Just a little bit.
But I mean, it rated quite well out of the Bendigo Cup, and it's probably gone up 2 lengths on figures here alone.
As Nick Quinn said to us just off air, imagine the poor punters that took the $1.20 at Warrnambool
three
three starts back.
Yeah, but you're talking to one of them
They
too.
got,
Look at this.
They got
There you
beat a
go.
6-horse field, and the horse that beat it, Hornet's Nest,
Apparently it's pretty good.
goes 4 out of 4 this. No, it's like 4 from 4 this preparation. Wherever it goes around next, geez, it's 4.
it'll be
Yeah,
Darren Rear has
It'll be
arrived as a
short.
serious big-time trainer. 3 winners during Cup Week. Walk with attitude, thank you. Lord of Brazil and Poussance. PDL looks his best prospect since forever. Could have been
no
more
doubt.
impressive.
No doubt.
Superstar.
We'll win the Cup next year,
That's
Russell.
a puntersparadise.com.au.
Are you declaring it'll win the
No, I'm asking Russell, will it win the Cup? Because everyone,
$8
I'll tell you what,
$8 to win the Cup
I'll
next
take
year.
Mount Athos to beat it.
Mate, it's $8 to make the field.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
So
Darren
that
Weir
was just
said,
overreaction.
about a month ago, this is the best horse he's ever trained. I saw Glenn Boss in a Black Rock fruit and veggie shop yesterday, and people were asking him in the fruit and veg shop how good he was, and he said, will win next year's Cup again.
Well, he
He's
might.
sticking to it. He's very confident.
Mount
Okay,
Athos.
yeah, no, it's a long way to go. Please.
Yeah, but well, just for the argument, I
I
like Mount
can't get
Athos.
the cup
You
winner
can't
3
take
days
anything-
out. There's no
I
one.
couldn't pick this year's one. Let alone next year's one.
I narrowed it down to 7. But
see
we've got
what-
our punting stories to come
Walk
as well.
with attitude you mentioned there.
Yeah.
That was Cup Day, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, one on the fence, didn't it?
Day,
No.
day before.
Did it not win on the fence?
Oh,
No, it came outside the leader. Let all the way come outside.
okay. It was
Neil,
an
you've got an
inch
axe to grind here.
I have.
Okay, puntersparadise.com.au is our website partner, and here's a bit of a stat. You know that 300,000 people visited puntersparadise.com.au on Melbourne Cup Day alone,
Good stuff.
which is 3 times
Rocking.
almost the crowd that was at Flemington. So
Almost
if
as
you're
big as
looking
our
for
audience here on Talkin Thru Your Kick.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. If you're looking
It's
for a
missing a
website
knot.
to go, all the latest form, terrific apps that are available in the App Store as well for form guides and all your betting apps with lots of deals with luxbet.com. Go to puntersparadise.com.au.